Today I'm going to recreate this St. Patrick's garland that I made for work last year. I just had to redo it this year, but there were some items that I couldn't get. The St. Patrick section this year was looking pretty weak. I think I got pretty wiped out by the time I got to it, but regardless, it was only like one small section of St. Patrick's items. The Easter section, however, was on fire. Look at all that stuff. Okay, today we're gonna make a Dollar Tree St. Patrick's Day garland with some stuff that I picked up, well, you know, at the Dollar Tree and the 99-cent store. I couldn't find everything that I needed at the Dollar Tree this year, so I did have to pick some stuff up from the 99-cent store. So here are these black cauldrons, St. Patrick's Day hats. I didn't get the gold filler that I wanted, so I have to use these coins. I don't like these coins at all, but we're gonna work with it and make it look cute. Brought some string to hang the garland up with, some gold Easter filler, and we're gonna test this out. Last time I made this garland, I actually printed out some rainbows, but I felt like this already shaped sticky note might be a little bit easier and it might save ink. So I'm not so keen on that purple color and the pastels, but we're gonna try it out. If it doesn't work out, then we'll just have to print out the rainbows. Also have a lot of more materials laying around at home that I'm probably gonna utilize to make this. And this little thing is to fill the pots of gold with. Okay, so this is all our supplies. We have these cute little St. Patrick's Day hats. And I found these last year under the Mardi Gras section. I could not find these under the St. Patrick's section. So we have these little strings here that we just remove, okay? Here's our little golden pots. The cute little handle on them. And I bought these balls to fill them up. Unfortunately, they don't fit, but Dollar Tree did have smaller ones. So we're gonna just make it work. I'm either gonna force it in. Won't require any glue. There you go. And that's just gonna act as a filler so we don't have to fill up our pots all the way. Like, who actually really buys these gold coins? I don't know what people really do with these gold coins. I did see them as decorations out on a table. But they just kind of seem like such a waste, don't they? Like, all this plastic just seems like such a waste. And they all say the same thing. So, yeah. I'll show you what I'm going to do with these little guys. And here's the rainbow sticky notes. Alright, so let's remove all the strings from my little hats. Easy does it, they just pull right out. Like, are you really gonna wear this hat? This is so small, it wouldn't even fit anyone. Look at that damage. Is this really gonna fit anybody? I gotta try this on. It didn't fit me, it just broke. I tried to squeeze it around my big head and it just broke. Some of them come with staples. And some of them were just glued in and that was the same pack. How funny. Collect all those little stringies to make sure your little kitty buddies don't get them. Cut a piece of vinyl paper. This is meant simply just to cover the ball inside. 4-leaf clovers would be ideal, but you know what? I'm using what I have here. And then I'm just gonna kind of stick these in like that. So there we have our little buckets of golds. Now I think the old way looks a lot cuter, but let me know what you think, if you like this way or the little gold balls better. But I could not find those gold balls anywhere this year. Now we're going to move on to the hats. And the hat's very simple. We're just going to take some felt for a belt around the hat. And the thing about cats, the thing about having cats is that their hair gets on everything. Literally everything. So I'm gonna have to lint roll this, because you know what's funny is this felt has been sitting in like a crafting bucket of mine, which the cats do not go into, and for some reason there's cat hair all over it. So that's just the joys of cat ownership. The cat hair will get everywhere. The cat hair is in the backseat of my car. Now tell me how that happens. The cats don't even go in my car. This is just to give the hat a more leprechaunish look, because it's lacking something. That's it. If you want, you can even put a little embellishment right here just to cover the seam. But I'm not too concerned with that today. Or we could even put a coin there too. What do you think? Isn't that cute? Isn't that adorable? I love it. Next, we're going to work on the rainbows. This is self-adhesive laminating sheets. This was something that I already had in my crafting supplies, and I wanted to preserve the rainbows, so I didn't want them to get all bent up on the edges. You don't have to use laminating sheets. A clever idea would be to use packaging tape that works as a self-laminating sheet too. You can also glue the rainbows onto cardstock or poster board. So I decided to just jazz it up a little bit. I'm using some gold glitter, and I'm just sprinkling a little bit all over just to liven it up a bit. And here comes the second sheet to laminate everything. So as I was doing this, I was realizing that this was a really cute idea, and I was actually like really satisfied with the way it came out. Sometimes I start a project and I don't even know where it's going, but I kind of just go with the flow and see what works, and if it doesn't work, I'll just start over. It's not really a big deal. Next, I cut out the rainbows and I left a little tab on the top, and that tab is going to be to hole punch it. And then I'm just trimming away the excess to make everything just look nice and clean. Now it's time to string everything together, and I'm using my green Dollar Tree twine. I'm tying a little loop at the end of my twine so I could have a way to hang it. Before you start stringing them together, pre-measure the length that you want. It doesn't matter how long this thing is. You can pick a corner of your house of where you want to hang it and measure out the length. I chose the length of my garland by how many hats and rainbows I wanted to use, and I used 3 hats and 3 rainbows. And keep in mind that at the end of this garland, you're going to use one of the gold buckets as a weight. The best way to string this garland was from behind because this is going to lie flat against the wall. Loop your twine through the hole punch on the first rainbow, and I glued it in place with very small dots. And then for the hat, I also string it from behind, and I did an extra loop for security. I didn't have to use glue on this one because the loop was sufficient enough. And make sure you hole punch 2 holes on the hat, one on the top and one on the bottom, and string the twine through both holes. Here's how to tie the loop sped up. At the end of your garland, you're going to tie on your bucket of gold. And this is the end result. I got a little more crafty because I felt like it was missing something and it had a lot of gaps in between. So I sandwiched 2 gold coins in between each rainbow and hat. And I thought it turned out really cute. I was really happy with the result. And the coins that I disliked in the beginning actually were very useful to this project. I thought it really threw the whole thing together. So if you wanted to make 2 of these would cost probably about $10. You would have to buy an extra package of hats and an extra pack of coins. To make one alone, it cost about $6. And that's not including the stuff I already had, like the laminating sheets. Would you make this yourself? Let me know.